Lane does. I think it works out pretty well.
Yeah, we don't have to be doing everything like immediately.
Yeah.
All right. We're live? Okay, let me see. On the Howdy. There we are. Let me hit share. I'm going to send Aaron the link too. I don't know if he'll actually watch it again or not, but
did he check it out last week?
I think he watched the whole thing.
Cool.
He's got nothing else to do.
Right on.
All right, just let me know when to record or whatever.
Well, yeah, I need to record just in case anything happens on my end too.
Let me get the tweets out, and then you guys got to retweet them, and then we'll hit go.
Fuck yeah. Let me just turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone.
Good idea.
You're mentioning us, right? So it'll pop up for me.
I'm sure. I got 2 different retweets I got to do.
Yeah. Did you say you did want me to tag you in the post?
Yeah.
You can tag us if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Good. Darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Which one do you want me to use for you, Scott?
You can pick and choose whatever one you feel like doing. I don't really care.
I've been using the garbage bin when
I've been using the other one.
It really doesn't matter to me. I use them both relatively equally.
All right. I want to be consistent with it, so I'm going to stick with another.
That's fine.
Web show.
Then I guess I'll stick with another web show.
Do what you got to do.
Or it'd be kind of funny if we both use different ones all the time.
Yeah, we can do that. So how do you guys want to get this out there? Because obviously, if we want to keep doing this, and if you want to do sponsorship, we should probably have viewers and listeners.
Yeah, I mean,
that also probably release our first episode.
Well, I just got the website paid for and shit tonight. Now that I have that set up, then I'll be able to actually get the podcast part of it actually up and running. So I'll try to get that done tomorrow.
Okay.
I should have plenty of time to get that done tomorrow.
All right. Cool.
But as much as I hate Facebook, I think we're gonna have to start using Facebook to promote it because we have no actual audience on Twitter. So
no, we really don't. Nobody gives a single shit about our Twitters.
I like posting on there just because it's fun to post on there, but I know I have no audience.
There's a reason why I don't post to Facebook.
Yeah. I haven't posted on Facebook in quite some time. We are live. Another web show, Smoothie, recording episode 2 of the Unknown Podcast. Come hang out with us. All right. Tweet.
And waiting for the notification. There it is.
And then your phone blows up.
Yeah.
Smoothie's like, where's mine?
Damn iPhone. This is what I get. It just didn't want to send me a notification, apparently. All right.
I tagged you. It's right there. I'll not quote, just retweet.
There we go. Retweet it. We're tweeted. We're in the twits. Tweedly D. All that good stuff.
And one more account to retweet it.
Yep.
But I definitely like that Reddit idea, their little weekly submit your podcast kind of thing.
I'll start doing that once we actually have something that I can.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do I can send the YouTube link. But
we should have it all sorted out. I remember Kyle saying he did it, and he said he saw a significant bump for a little while in his listeners.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure they all are let's join these people. Let's support other podcasts so that people support us.
Hooray!
All right, back to Google Drive.
Ooh, hey. That'll bring in the listeners, viewers, watchers.
All right. Let's do it.
All All right, we're gonna hit record here. Then we'll have a moment of
Oh,
silence.
yep. Hold on. I'm retweeting 2 different ones.
All right, let us know when you're done. When you're ready to hit
Slow
record.
Twitter.
I'll hit record.
Yeah, I am. I'll make sure Aaron hasn't even looked at it yet. What a bastard. And I'm going to click on our live stream so I can take a look at it. Give us our views that we don't actually have because it's just us.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Send it to Taggart. Maybe he'll watch.
All right, I'm hitting record. There we go. There's some wavelengths or whatever you want. Wavelengths, yeah. Okay. Well, let me know when you want to start the ship.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Let's do some silence here, and then you'll bring us in, Scott. So
I'm bringing this in. Okay. All right. So I'll take what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, starting now.
Well, all right. Welcome to episode 2 of the Unknown Podcast. I am your lovely host, Scott. Joining me is Brandon.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, Smoothington, the Smoothmeister.
Here as usual.
All right. So we made it to week 2. Didn't know that was. I mean, I figured that maybe it was going to be one and done, but we've been pretty excited about doing this. To be honest, I feel like we've actually given a shit about this.
I think the excitement level has been pretty high. I mean,
yeah, I'm loving doing this. To be honest, I want to keep this up. So anyone listening or watching, please tell people about it. I mean, right now all we've got is our YouTube link. We're working on everything else.
We should have the actual website and an actual podcast version of everything up within the next couple days, probably at the most.
Got it. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we're all gonna chip in on that, making sure that works.
It'll make it much easier for everybody to be able to find.
What do you want this website to be? Is just gonna be us posting the episodes?
Yeah, I mean, if we want to turn it into anything else, it most certainly can. I mean, it's just a regular old WordPress site. I mean, you're more than free to do whatever extra else you want to with it. But by running the WordPress site, that'll be able to make it to where the podcast will be available on everything, everywhere as well.
Okay. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll be getting that up shortly. We'll be sending links out on all of our Twitters and whatnot. And I'm assuming we're going to go Facebook as we were discussing before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've created.
No one gives a crap about any of our Twitters.
Yeah, we're going to keep tweeting like people do care, though. I don't care. I will forever tweet until the end of time for no reason whatsoever.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, yeah, very nice. What else?
Smoothie, are you going to be in charge of our Facebook? You do the Facebook thing more than Scott and I does the Facebook thing.
He set it up.
I've created the Facebook group. I guess I don't know what the best way to do for like this kind of page is. If it's better to have an actual like page or a group, but I've created a group. I figured the group could give
would probably be better.
People the opportunity to come and interact with us and
throw
out ideas. But that's all set up and ready to go.
Word,
we ever want to do like special guest, or are we going to just like keep it as us 3?
We'll have people. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think once we get our legs going or further in the water with this.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just thinking about that earlier this week. We hadn't really talked about it, so I was like, I wonder.
We did on the last episode.
Did we? Man, I forget everything.
You didn't listen, obviously.
I didn't listen to the whole thing, no. I've never, not once in my life have I listened to an entire episode of anything that Howdy Inc. has ever done.
No.
That's the truth.
No. I don't blame you. I don't want to hear my voice, and I listened to an hour and a half of it, so... Well, what was there of it?
Yeah.
That's exactly why I try and stay away from it. I don't particularly like the way my voice sounds, and I don't want to sound...
Oh, God, it sounded like I didn't know how to talk.
Yeah, but that's everybody. Everybody feels that way, so whatever.
Yeah. But we've been working pretty steadfast on this, to be honest.
Yeah, I've gotten,
actually finding topics to talk about week to
yeah,
week. But we're pretty ambitious, I feel like.
yeah. My Twitter DMs have been blowing up this week in comparison to any other week ever.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't DM anyone, so
yeah.
Listen, all week I've been enjoying the conversation and back and forth.
It's funny, Scott, because every time I pull open my my DM on Twitter, our conversation, of course, is the top. But then my second most recent one, is me and you talking, and that was from August. So
yeah, you were giving me your Simpsons login for the, which I still use.
Good,
quite a bit.
Yeah. All right.
That app sucks, though.
I know, man. It does suck.
It logs me out like every other week.
Oh, yes, me too.
Why?
It's so annoying.
Well,
I wish there was a paid version of it. Like, I really wish there was a $10 Simpsons World app that I could pay for if that meant it was a better, like, more functioning, no commercial app.
Well, here's what the hot rumor is that since Hulu now is being mostly bought out, because when Disney bought out Fox, now they have like a big share, like a majority share of Hulu. So the rumor is that all the Simpsons is just gonna migrate to Hulu eventually.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
That'd be way better, to be honest, than that app.
Yeah,
even though there'll still be ads, but whatever.
Yeah, that's fun.
I thought a majority of the Simpsons stuff was on Hulu already.
No, they just have current season.
Yeah,
I believe, which I.
I still try every once in a while, but
I've put it on a couple of days here and there. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I still make sure I check out the Halloween episodes, and I usually watch the season premiere, but it's hard to do much more than that. But I have to have access to all the old stuff. So.
Oh yeah, DVDs aren't cutting it anymore as far as that goes.
They brought back the DVDs though. Did you see that?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
it took them a few years.
It did.
The collectors must have been yelling at them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I bet you they still don't sell worth a crap, and then they'll still not, because they've still got a long ways to go before they're done with it. So I still don't think they'll finish it.
What season are they on DVDs?
Like 19 or something like that.
They're 10 seasons behind now, catching up a little bit, I guess.
29.
Yeah, it's 29. Next year is 30.
Yeah.
The last, well, I haven't watched it in forever, but the last.
I don't blame you.
The last new episode I saw was the one with the rappers, where they had ICP and on the poster.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Millhouse. He's like,
but it's been so long.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 years ago. No, 2.
Oh, maybe I don't know then.
Millhouse. I'm trying to think how that went. Was it Millhouse was a rapper and he like in his.
No, that was I'm pretty sure you're talking about when Bart was a rapper, right? And Ludacris was on it. Is that the one?
I don't know, but one of them Millhouse had in his poster in his room, and he had a poster was talking about like horrorcore and had like Cypress Hill on there, but then it had.
I'll have to Google this.
Yeah.
Vamp.
Clearly.
That would be cool if it's Cypress Hill. That's really cool because Cypress Hill was on the Hullabalooza episode way back in the day, and that was like one of my favorite guest star moments ever on The Simpsons.
That was how many years? That was like first. Was that first, second, third? That was like early on.
Not quite that early, but I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 or so.
Wasn't in double digits.
No, it definitely was not in double digits. I love that this just turned into a Simpsons conversation out of nowhere. That is nowhere on the outline.
Yeah, we're straying here.
Yeah. All right. So what have you guys done this week since we spoke last? Anything fun?
Geez. No.
Everyone's
been sick in my house.
Yeah,
so
that's been.
I went to work
around here
2 days this week and spent the rest of them home with some sick child or person or baby.
Smoothie? Anything fun?
Nah, just a normal working on this podcast and coming up with ideas. Watching some. What did I watch this week? What did I finally finish? Season 4 of American Horror Story. Free
Oh.
show.
Oh, okay. I've only watched most of season 2 of that. And then I don't know why I stopped watching it, but I just never picked it back up.
It's a great show. I enjoy it. I'm glad it's on Netflix, and I've had the ability to watch it at my leisure. But, I enjoyed this season, so
sweet.
But that's really all I've been doing.
What did I watch? I actually watched 2 movies this week. I watched Get Out, which I really liked.
Yeah, I've watched that.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know what you thought of it. I mean, the metaphor kind of slaps you over the head 100 times over, but but I thought it was really good and really well made. And out of obligation of watching the other movies, for whatever reason, I decided, since I was home a lot, I'm going to watch Jigsaw. Don't fucking watch Jigsaw.
I have no desire to.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I had no desire to watch that.
Yeah. I don't know why I felt like I need to just watch this, even though I knew what I was getting into. I knew it was going to be just garbage. And I mean, I was right, but
at least you were right.
Yeah.
What are you guys excited about the new Halloween movie? Is that?
Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't not be excited about it. I feel like I feel like I'll probably end up being let down, but I still can't help be excited about it.
I just feel like it's just another nostalgia thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of
probably.
And those can be hit or miss.
Yeah,
a lot of times miss.
Most times, yeah.
But I think you got the main, Carpenter's back on board with it.
Yeah.
Curtis back, and they're kind of throwing out all the other stuff.
Yeah, when's the last time John Carpenter did something good, though?
Right. Yeah, that's very true.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair point.
Sorry, I know I'm being just negative about it.
No,
but
that's a very normal way of looking at it, in my opinion.
This is a franchise I would expect him to be his proverbial baby, at least made that way by the fans. So,
well, then make another thing.
I didn't actually read the article. I just read the headline because that's all you have to do nowadays anyway. But it said John Carpenter has not even seen all of the Halloween sequels.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
So how far did he did he have involvement in 2, or was he just
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 is where he dropped. It was the last time he had any involvement in the franchise.
Right. However, this movie is coming after number 1 and not even acknowledging number 2.
Really? I thought it was going to be the encapsulation.
Maybe they're taking out the whole brother-sister dynamic. I think that's what they're going with.
It could be. I'm pretty intrigued to see what they do with it.
I know I'll watch it. It's just
me and my kid will go see it opening night, and that'll be fun.
I'm intrigued to see what they're doing with it, because they said apparently this is the last one. So they say.
Yeah.
Got a weird writing team for that. Got Danny McBride writing that. He's like a comedy. He was in Pineapple Express. He's been in a lot of like those type of movies.
He was in that show
Eastbound and Down. Yeah.
Okay. And he's writing the Halloween movie?
He is. He's one of the, I think him and someone else. I can't remember who else, but
gotcha.
It's weird. It's just a weird person to be writing it.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Any no other like horror writing?
The only other horror thing he's been in is Alien Covenant.
Okay.
I know of.
That's weird.
Which I haven't watched that one yet, but
right on. That is weird.
Oh, speaking of horror, I was at the thrift store today.
Yeah,
of course.
Weekend, I do.
What the fuck else do you do? I mean,
run.
I haven't done that in a while either, but was picking up sets, and I looked up at the VHS, and I know I said last week that I'm trying to refrain from buying VHS, but I couldn't.
I thought you said you were trying to buy VHS.
Well, whatever the case may be.
You're probably saying
yeah, you're just gonna backtrack to it. It doesn't fucking matter.
I glanced up as I was looking through the cassettes, and I found this nice VHS there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Very cool.
I was happy to see it, and I was like frantically looking and hoping the other ones were there. Although this is the original release of it, but still cool to have that on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's any movies that I can see actually having any value watching on VHS, this movie's like Evil Dead.
Yes. Sure. And not even just Evil Dead, but like a lot of that old horror I feel like you like really get like the graininess adds to it instead of like the 4K restoration version or whatever. Like it looks better when it looks like crap.
Weird, yeah. It looks weird in HD anyway. Yeah. Old movies do.
Yeah. I really feel like that, like Evil Dead specifically, like it looks best on a VCR through a CRT TV. It really does.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, a lot of it for me is obviously that like there is something special about that, but
you're a hipster, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I didn't bring my PBR to this week.
Is that still a hipster beer?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Apparently.
Yeah.
But that's up in the fridge. We'll get to what we're drinking in a little bit. But
yeah, of course. We can't go off the outline. Yeah.
We need to get the what are you drinking earlier. I feel like that should be
like off the top.
Yeah, definitely. I do.
Right. It's kind of all blended in.
Before I continue, then
from Twitter DMs. Sorry, go on.
My thoughts on hipster VHS. Let's cover that. What are we all drinking on tonight, fellas? What are we all drinking on?
Well, you can start.
Oh, I can start. Well, because it's been sitting in my refrigerator since last week, and
no,
not drinking it last week.
Oh God.
24-ounce Steel Reserve.
Steel Reserve. 211.
24 ounces of that. Jesus Christ, dude.
That's
dedication.
I can taste it, man.
But dedication. Enjoy having that sit in your stomach for the next 2 days.
Yeah. God. We should do an episode where we all drink Steel Reserve 211.
I will sit that episode up.
I'm sick that week.
Fuck that week.
I feel bad. I'm drinking Yingling again, so but I also have a shot of Fireball though, so that's fun.
Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I finished my scotch that I had from last week, and now I've got another local brewery rower box, same as last week. Cookies and milk stout.
There you go.
How's that?
Fucking delicious. It's so good.
Yeah. See, that's what I want to do. That's why I feel bad that I'm drinking Yingling. So I'm gonna make sure from here out, like I gotta make sure I have like a different local beer to be able to try, because that's part of the fun.
It is. See, weren't you like a beer snob for a while there?
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
I don't drink a whole lot anymore.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. And so when I do drink, it's like when me and my buddies hanging out and jamming. And at that point, I just want something cheap that we can drink a bunch of. And craft beer is not the best for that. So,
no, it's not. It's too heavy.
Yeah. So I stick with Yingling for that. That's just our go-to beer for that. But this is a different occasion, so I need better beer for this.
Okay.
I'll probably have Natty next week.
Yeah.
Or the PBR.
Natty.
There.
Yeah.
24-ounce cans.
What are you doing to yourself, Natty?
Saving money to invest into this show, The Unknown Podcast.
Next time, get a Keystone or something too.
They have 25 ounces of those, 2 for $5. So.
Get some Beast Ice. That's what we drank when we went to the gathering that one year. We took cases upon cases of Beast Ice to the gathering of the Juggalos and drank it warm all weekend long. Out of 2 liters.
Jugs.
Out of 2 liters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember. And there was like random liquor bottle, like in fucking water bottles and stuff. Yeah. Like I don't even know what I was drinking half the time.
Hell no. I just knew I was fucked up, and that was all that mattered.
All right. Before we move on to any more topics, I just want to say I've been working on an intro because we were talking about that last week. Because we were gonna say we were gonna put what Howdy Inc. the song as an intro, but I think we all decided that's not.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah. So we need a new song.
I've been working on it's like a little 9-second dumb as hell ditty thing that I've been working on just today.
We can't wait for
that. That's part of this week. I don't know if it's something I'm actually going to keep, but I'll let you guys make the decision.
We want to hear it now. I mean, you can't.
I know. Well, you're gonna. I'm just finishing up whatever small little dumb touches I'm putting onto it.
Gotta get it exactly right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I want it to be perfect, even though it's not good.
Still gotta be perfect. I love that it's ukulele. Spoiler alert, it involves ukulele.
Ukulele that I don't know how to play at all.
Ukuleles are fun.
Yeah. So, all right, let me pull up the outline here and see where we're at.
All right. It's time to. It's
so lead into. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to.
Wait.
I'm not
We
supposed
went
to do that.
over what we were drinking. I was supposed to go back to my horror VHS.
oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
So anyway, for me, the horror movie on VHS, extra special, just because those were always when I was growing up, and many people have the same thing. So it's not like any big revelation, but like walking into the store and seeing some of those covers, like they haven't been able.
The covers were the best part.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been able to recreate.
No.
That feeling. Like they have some cool artwork now on DVDs and Blu-rays.
For sure.
There's just something special about this, especially when you in the big box, variety and everything. Because me and my friends, when we would always go to the one video store we went to, it always helped to the horror section was right next to the porn section.
Yeah.
And you could look through the curtain. So when you're and immature, that's what you enjoy. But our first thing, we pick up the tape, look at the front, be like, oh, this looks cool. Good chance there's going to be nudity in it. Let's rent it. And that was what we based thing on. And to this day, one of the coolest covers, and they've reproduced it on the DVD and Blu-ray releases, but it was that I always loved was Sleepaway Camp 2 with the backpack with the Jason mask, Freddy Krueger glove.
Yep,
that was cool.
And of course Gene Short, but
I bought all of those movies based upon just the covers alone.
And now that's translated for me into like buying records and stuff.
I mean, I used to buy a lot of tapes back in the day, like music tapes and a lot of VHS and stuff, like just based upon the cover art of it.
I guess that's what you had to base it off of when you didn't have the internet. Or that kind of stuff. Like this. So
there's no way this movie could be terrible. Look at the cover art.
Right. But it was so cool walking into the video store. Like the horror section was just so cool looking. There was just so much cool stuff cover art wise. It was fun to just figure out what you were going to rent for the night. And like, it would take you like forever of looking through it all to figure out what you wanted to get. That was so much fun. And that's just something that's just dead at this point.
Yeah.
And that's a good segue into the
topic. That's true. I totally did that on purpose.
Good job.
That's of course.
Why you're the man in charge here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Not follow along with the segue.
Who's in charge now?
Nobody, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
All the I don't know, there's some fancy saying running the show. Anyway, so that was a good segue. We missed that feeling of being able to go in and rent VHS, go into the video store, and it was you, Brandon, who shared the article about Best Buy.
Yeah.
Right? It was Scott.
That was me, yeah.
So tell us about that article, because it's kind of disheartening to me.
So as of this year, 2018, at some point this year, Best Buy will stop having a CD section in their stores. At one point, they were one of the two largest CD sellers in the country, and now they will not waste space in their stores anymore for CDs. So no more buying music.
They were doing that a long time ago, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So it's apparently supposed to happen this year.
Yeah.
And that the reason that angers me, not angers me, whatever. They're a corporation, they're going to do what they're going to do. But as I was reading that article, and it was saying about like the low sales, when they're not pushing or enabling, there's not a lot of mom and pop places where you can go and get records anymore, or CDs, whatever.
There is in my town.
And around me, there's one or, I mean, maybe if I dig a little bit, I could find it. But I know,
Cincinnati has turned into like the hipster city of the country. So like, I'm not kidding you. Like within like a 20 to 25-minute drive, like I have 8 record stores.
Yeah, but no CDs is what I think is what he's getting at.
Oh, gotcha. Half of them do sell CDs.
Yeah,
I would assume if it's. I mean, there are specialty. There's going to be dedicated ones for record, whatever. But I would imagine that they.
I gotcha.
CDs and music, but I think that's a good thing, and that's good to hear that, especially there, that it's growing up, and I think that's.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that it kind of gives hope for mom and pop shops, and hopefully a trend starts, because
I think they'll be fine. To be honest, people are starting to like go flock to those more than Best Buy. That's why Best Buy is like, fuck this. We're just gonna sell video games and DVDs and appliances and computer stuff and TVs.
Still not even sending or selling many. I mean, they have like a huge selection of DVDs and everything, but
that's shrinking as well.
Yeah, it's like I would go in there.
No one's buying this stuff anymore.
But I don't. Is no one buying it? Like, or just no one buying it there?
Well, no. Well, like you said, low sales. So I mean, Best Buy isn't doing well. Also, that's a completely different story. But by low sales, the article said that in 2017 there was 81 million CDs sold, not just Best Buy, just all together. 81 million CDs, which is still
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it still sounds like a whole lot of CDs, but it said that the CD industry peaked in 2001 when it sold 800 million CDs. So like that's a 90-something% drop off within like 15 years. So that's a huge drop off.
That does kind of coincide with like the peak of Napster.
Yes, yeah. When you look at the timeline, it all makes perfect sense. We know we've been there for the whole thing of,
because we've all been compliant with it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, that's always been my argument, and many others' arguments from day one with the whole piracy thing. That if you like a band or a group, you're going to go out and support that artist.
Yeah,
for the most part. Yeah,
for the most part, right.
You know,
I'm not going to sit here and say I've supported every artist I like every single time.
Yep.
But you have a higher tendency to, like, you're more likely to, like,
yes. But I won't do it initially. Usually, I usually will wait. Unless it's someone I really like, and then it's like, day one purchase.
Yeah. If for me, it depends on the font.
Less.
But like, if there is definitely something like, of course, ICP, I'm going to say, here's my money, regardless of whatever.
Yeah, there's certain ones that no matter what, you buy it when it comes out.
And that's what I think the thing is. But a lot of times, and I think the quality of albums has gotten better recently overall. Like,
I agree.
There was a good chunk of time where artists
were a lot of competition now.
There's so much competition now.
And I think that's good, obviously, because that creates for good music. But there was a time there, probably coinciding with that timeline, there would be that one.
Here's my argument about the competition thing, is that we need to thank streaming services for that instead of the physical media, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For the more competition to make better music is streaming services.
Yep.
Not CDs, not albums.
And it's the streaming services that are making it to where Best Buy is getting rid of their CD section. So, and it's the streaming services too that, if you listen to like what Taylor Swift has to say, like, doesn't pay the artist worth a crap. So a streaming service is really like, I gladly pay my Spotify bill every month. Like, I'll never complain about paying my Spotify bill.
No.
But then, like, you and I, like, we also buy records and we go to shows, and like that's just how it is. That's how bands make their money, is off of stuff like that. So
you find what you like, and then you support them in other ways. Even if you're not buying like their record, you're buying merch, you're buying tickets.
Yeah,
make them come to your city, so they're making money off of you still.
Yeah, if you go see a band in concert at whether it's a little bar, whether it's a big arena show, you buying a t-shirt off of them pays the band way more money than a band makes off of an album sale at this point. Whether it's CD, digital, vinyl, whatever, the t-shirt is the most profitable thing for a band at this point.
Yeah, because there's no middleman there.
Yeah.
You're buying directly from the band.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I try to do. I try to build up my t-shirt collection, and I like to buy shit from the bands at the merch booth after the show. So
I'm sorry, I think I interrupted you, Smoothie.
No. That was a good. Your counter argument was good, but I want to bring it full circle. Then, is this good that, like, better news for because it was the corporations or the big box stores that were pushing mom and pop spots out of business.
They're dying. Yeah.
So it's like
people aren't going to those places anymore, really.
No.
Well, we see there's a huge market nowadays for like records and going to that, going in and being able to have that. It's a personal experience when you're in there. Like the guy that I go to at the Q Mart, that store. When I first started going to his store, I noticed on the receipt it said a different store name, and I said, "Oh, there was a store where I grew up at named this." He's like, "Yeah, I own that one too." He's like, "I remember you when you were younger coming in high school." I was like,
"That's awesome."
Well, damn, but it's that remembering, and it's like if I go up the counter, but like, "Oh yeah, here's the new ICP, or here's the new." They know
he knew what you wanted.
So
he knew you were there for that juggalo shit.
That's right. And but that's what I'm saying. I think now that people are gaining that trust, and what we talked about last week with the whole collecting thing, I think there's a bigger market to be had in the mom and pop thing, and I'm hoping to see more of a resurgence where you can have that go in and hang out for a couple hours just talking to people and talking about music. And doing all
I feel like if you're a person that's buying music, and if you're not a person that is going to specifically go to the mom and pop store, and you're okay with the corporate purchase, which most people are, then you're just going to use Amazon. You're going to go on Amazon and order the CD, and it'll be at your house in 2 days instead of driving to Best Buy to get it anymore.
Yeah. Or there's also like there's a lot of bands use like indie online merch stores as well. There's like merch indirect or something like that, and like indie merch or something like that.
Lots of bands sell on Bandcamp and
Bandcamp. They make a lot more money from streaming and digital purchases and stuff than anywhere else. Bandcamp actually supports artists a way more than basically even Amazon. So,
but they're little fish compared to the bigger.
But
I love Bandcamp.
All the smaller bands use Bandcamp because of that.
Exactly.
So then continuing back on the backtrack with that circle. So because we initially started talking about like movies and stuff, do you think there would be a possibility that you would see not like a Blockbuster, because that's of course a mom and pop, or not a mom and pop, rather a big box store, but
corporate
mom and pop stores coming back for that. Like, and I think there's a few, like if you search, few and far between, I've seen some even
for rentals.
For rentals.
So I got a video. This is one of them times where I wish we kind of already knew how to do the screen share on Google Hangouts, because Smoothie, we were just talking about like how you can watch a video that way. Because there's a video I'd love to freaking show you guys right now. So there's a store that is about 15 minutes away from me that I went to a couple months ago because the Rick and Morty Rickmobile was parked in front of it.
Yes.
And the name of the store, that's kind of random. That didn't really have anything to do with it. But the name of the store is the Video Archive. And it is a video rental store / bar. And
that sounds like my record store. My record store is called the Record Archive, and it has records, CDs, and it has a bar.
Okay, right on. So
Weird.
If you go find Kevin Smith's Facebook page, and he did a Facebook Live video from the Video Archive last time he was in town. No, he did not cry at this one, no. But it was very, very cool to see him go through it. It was an awesome video. So, like, we do have a video rental store here in Cincinnati. I mean, it's kind of a niche kind of thing, but
that might come back in, like, a smaller way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
and
like
there's a small chain here called Family Video. Is that anywhere else?
Yeah. Around me, at least it used to be a few years ago, there were a bunch.
Yeah,
they still are. But
yeah, there's still like 2 or 3 of them, like somewhat near me, and like they've never closed down. I have no idea how they're still in business. I think they do have a porn section, so I assume that's what's doing it. Yeah.
Who the fuck is renting porn?
I don't know. I have no idea.
There's a whole internet full of it that you don't need to do shit for. It's there.
Somebody needs to let these people know this. Maybe they just didn't get the memo or something. I don't know.
Someone that's trying to hide like their internet browser history, but still you're having it on your TV instead of your computer. What the fuck are you doing?
It's incognito mode to the extreme.
Yeah. Well, that's what's keeping these stores open then.
Gotta watch that DaVinci load.
Yeah.
But I just I don't know. To me, it's something you, if you go back, you appreciate now, but you don't appreciate in the moment. It's like you took it for granted.
Yeah.
It'd always be there, and it's like,
damn. I mean, going to Blockbuster on a Friday night to figure out what you were going to watch was, I mean, that was fucking fun. I loved doing it, and the store was packed, and there was so many people. And sometimes, like, you'd be standing there in the horror section, and you'd start talking to other people about movies they liked, and you don't get that shit anymore, and that was fun.
And it's like you can still go into like a Best Buy or a Target and look through all the movies and look at the covers, but
it's not the same.
Well, no,
they have way less of selection too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, selection aside, at least at these stores, you have this opportunity to say, "This looks cool. I can go home and watch it now." You know, I have the ability, if it's not checked out, to go home and check it out, not just see it and say, "I don't want to pay $25 for Blu-ray if it's not going to be." Worth that.
But now there's Redbox, which, you know, Redbox is cool for what it is.
Yeah, it's
and
cheap.
I like Redbox. I appreciate it for what it is, but it's still the whole community. I guess it comes down to community.
Yeah,
being part of something and connecting with people that you normally wouldn't talk to.
It's community in different ways now. It's more forums and subreddits.
Now it's all online. Yeah,
you can find communities. You have to do the work basically to find a community. Community's not there in front of you physically like
it's
was.
It's an internet thing now.
But now you have to seek out the community, which take it or leave it, however you feel about that.
But there's something to be had about the interpersonal relationship. Now, we, as we discussed last week, we've all met. I mean, you and Brandon have met. Like, I've never met you two in almost 20. Well, no, like almost 15 years of knowing you.
Almost 15 years, or about 15 years.
Yeah, I've never met you in person, but I mean, this is good, but it's still like it'd be so cool, like to actually drink a Steel Reserve with you guys in person.
I'll stick to my
you want to meet in person and poison me.
Now, what the hell does this have to do with Best Buy not selling CDs anymore?
Because we had talking about the video store and how
and here soon the DVD and the Blu-ray section at Best Buy, that'll be gone.
That's going to be gone within the next 5 to 10 years, I guarantee it.
Yeah, I probably not even that long. But I mean, Best Buy might not even be around that long as well. So
it's going to go Circuit City way.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't, maybe not so as drastic at Circuit City, but I see it turning into what Radio Shack turned into.
Yeah.
Which also is dead.
Well, it's dead now.
But it is still there. Somehow it is not completely gone.
Most of the ones around me are gone.
Yeah.
If not all.
I got one left.
The
one I worked at.
The one last one by me, Scott, where that Planet Fitness is. Yeah. It's not a Radio Shack now anymore either, but it became like a Sprint Radio Shack store. So it was front, but it had Radio Shack components. And I think that's the way Best Buy will end up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
sure.
a tech service, like you could probably still go there and get your stuff.
Fixed. I'm sure they'll still be around in some capacity, but they'll be a former shell what they were, because people are still buying computers, they're gonna still be buying TVs, they're gonna buy printers, maybe some of the appliances that they sell, I'm sure they'll be fine. And yes, and the support, because of all this crap that we are buying, they're gonna need people to fix it. So that'll probably be it. It's gonna be like a shell store as opposed to like a giant whatever you call those kind of stores.
I can't big box, whatever.
Yeah.
It's as far as like the media section goes.
Media section is going to be gone.
Yeah. Except for video games. I mean, they probably do all right on video games, right?
But those are starting to get more and more digital too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because GameStop's hurting because of that too.
I don't even buy physical anymore. Really, I try not to unless it's like at least $20 to $30 cheaper.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I'm just sick of having, shit everywhere. Basically,
that is.
I have an external online, and all the consoles now have like external media you can use to save.
Yeah,
so you have plenty of room for these games now.
My 2 terabyte on my Xbox though is almost fucking full. So
yeah, I had to buy a new external for my Xbox.
Yeah, but I mean that keeps getting cheaper and cheaper. I saw a 4 terabyte for like 110 the other day, and that's freaking awesome.
I have an 8 on mine.
Nice.
So if I fill that up, that's pretty sad on my
It'll
part.
happen. One day it'll happen. It will.
Well, they keep making the games bigger and bigger.
They
I was going
now
through,
they're doing 4K and shit, so
it's
the
gonna get
patches are even more gigantic.
The other day, so this week I've been messing with my Raspberry Pi and putting like all the old ROMs on it and stuff because I love that stuff. Yeah. And I was adding my Atari folder to my Raspberry Pi. So I'll let you guys guess. So my my Atari folder consists of 772 ROMs. We'll play
Revenge. That's what you played.
No, I'm not asking what I played. I'm asking you to guess what the size of the folder was that houses these 772 games.
Yeah, I would say 50 megabyte.
It's 5 megabytes.
That much, yeah. It's got those games were like Nintendo era was 8 bits.
Yeah.
And these are less than that. They're like probably 1 if that. How do
but
they fit anything into that?
I know, but 772 games is essentially the same size as taking one photo on your iPhone.
Oh yeah,
that's the same thing.
Like a lower quality photo too.
Or like an MP3, one MP3, the same size as 772 Atari games.
Custer's Revenge games, yeah.
I love those old Atari games.
I never really got into any Atari games.
Yeah, that was what I started on. That was my first video
too,
game that I had. Yeah,
too young for that.
That was
television.
I started out on a Genesis.
Yeah, that was the first console I ever bought myself. Was a Sega Genesis.
Yeah. How did you get money? How old were you?
I mean, I probably got money from just like birthdays and Christmas and saving money up like that. I got an allowance when I was a kid, not much, but I saved it all up for video games.
Like my first Nintendo console was like a 64.
Yeah,
I didn't have a Nintendo or SNES.
Yeah, we're a little different age-wise. I mean, you can tell exactly how the difference between what consoles you started on and I started on is about 6 or 7 years apart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Crazy because also back to the video store days, and it was
renting the video games. Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of that.
Memories.
Yeah, loved going to the video store and renting video games. That was so much fun.
I mean, yeah, it was cool as kids, but
adults. Yeah, I got
something you still would hold on to if it was still the same exact way now.
No, it's a childhood nostalgia thing. Yeah. It is for sure.
Like I'm content with how things are now.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. I mean, we sit here and talk about how awesome everything was, but like you can't knock what it has become. I mean, my God, like you can't be upset about Spotify and having every single album at the touch of your fingers wherever you want it. I mean,
now they have Xbox Game Pass where you have like 100 games.
Right.
Pay $15 a month and you have 100 games.
Right. Between that and EA Access, like, I mean, that's more games than you could ever play within any amount of time. And it's so cool that is a thing.
And they're both pretty cheap. $15 a month.
Absolutely.
I mean, it adds up in a year, but EA Access is like $30 a year.
Yeah, I found a coupon code deal for it. I paid $20 for a whole damn year of EA Access. Yeah. You can't beat that. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You get a ton of games for that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean you can't knock the way they do it now either, because technology is cool and I like all that kind of stuff too. So
yeah.
Right. I wasn't knocking
go on.
I wasn't knocking how, of course, things are now. Of course, we wouldn't be doing this, but it's
exactly
because I'm such a collector or hoarder, whatever you want to call it.
You're a collector. I'm not going to call you a hoarder until I see it like piling up behind you.
Yeah.
No,
I have
garbage all around.
I have it all on my desk. Don't worry.
You can actually like see a floor behind you, so you don't have that big of a problem.
I cleaned it up a little bit today, actually. But there's still.
You got to put that green screen up.
I do.
We can put some weird ass images behind you.
I don't know how that would work live though. And then I have to get really.
It wouldn't. I don't think. Oh, I think it would, but I don't know how.
I'd have to use OBS or something, but then that would probably crash mine. cheap computer, and
Yeah,
then we
enough.
have good quality. But go ahead, you were saying something, Scott?
I was gonna bring it back to the Game Pass for Xbox. So I was reading that now from here on out, all Microsoft exclusive games are going to be day one on that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to spend $60 on games anymore as far as exclusives go. You have to pay $15 a month,
but
you're
still,
also getting a shit ton of other games on top of. But here's the kicker: there's not a whole lot of exclusives.
There's not
Xbox,
but that is still a cool way of doing
talking
it.
About
though.
giant games like Gears of War, any Gears of War games, any Halo games, any Forza. I would assume Forza is one of those.
Yeah, it should be.
That's pretty significant, I think. It's probably going to get me to do it. I did a trial of it. I didn't play any games, but I did a trial of it.
A lot of the stuff that is in there is a lot of the stuff that like has been available with the games with gold. So
true, that too. That's been a problem with
if you've been doing the games with gold shit for a while, then like you've built up a lot of the collection that is available in there as well. But I still feel like, I mean, we don't pay for it, but I agree with you. Like because of the day one thing, like that might get me to finally do it.
Yeah, there'll be games that I wouldn't even check out because of that otherwise. Because I'm like, I'm not going to spend $60 on this or even like 40 because I'm a cheap ass. But if I can download them instantly, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do that.
Is that strictly Microsoft exclusive? Meaning like what you said, not like if they get it first, like some consoles.
I
will get
don't
it first.
know. I like Tomb Raider, like the Tomb Raider games. Or at least the last Tomb Raider was Microsoft exclusive for like a year.
Timed exclusive.
I don't know if that's the case. Is if it is, oh fuck yeah, I'll do that because the new Tomb Raider games are amazing. But
they made it sound like it wasn't a timed exclusive thing. They made it sound like it was just a straight up exclusive game.
They did. For at the very beginning of that, for like when they were hyping it up, it's like, yeah, this is an Xbox.
But mainly Microsoft Studio games, and
Microsoft Studio games.
What's that Pirates one that's coming out?
Easy. Oh, Sea of Thieves. I heard that's really cool.
Yeah, that looks.
I wanted to play the beta, but it was closed, and I think the only way to play it was probably to pre-order, which I wasn't gonna do.
Yeah, but that was one of the ones that they were hyping for day one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! And it comes out in like March, I think. So
yeah, that was like one of the big ones that they were like, yeah, you get this day one.
Sweet. Well, I might be doing that then.
Because Crackdown is.
That will be one of them.
So I will have to keep my eye out if they ever decide to put a release date on that.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of work on that. It was supposed to come out for the 360, I'm pretty sure, and then they pushed it off to the one. Yeah.
I think.
So
check the outline here.
We
can talk about music. One of the other things that we were supposed to talk about here was and I don't know a lot about this. I saw again the headline, but not the article about Spotify including the songwriter credits. So somebody tell me exactly I
didn't read it either. I just saw that. I was like, oh, this is an interesting topic.
Okay.
I read it not in its entirety.
Yeah.
I mean, I read
so you know more than I do.
So that means you're a fucking expert.
Yes.
I'm the one who posted the link, and you're the one who knows more about it.
Of course, smoothly read the article 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I may have reread it again this morning, trying to prepare. But
that's good.
From what I was gathering,
they're
going to get. I don't know how this will work because it's been a while since I've looked at Spotify because I've been using Amazon. But when you play the track, they're going to show you the credits for.
So, I assume how it's going to work is because there's certain songs that have Genius, which has the lyrics and like facts behind the lyrics.
Yeah.
So, it'll probably play out like that. You probably can like swipe up or down or something to see like the liner notes and shit of the song or whatever.
And I think the premise behind the article was that I guess Tidal, I think was the other service they said it has incorporated this already, but because songwriters are feeling they're not getting their piece of the pie, it's all about the artist and not.
All right, as being a humongous music nerd that I am, I don't give a shit about writing credits on Spotify.
I don't give a shit about them on physical media.
No, I anytime I buy physical media, I do read every single little liner note that there is to read, just because it's a part of the experience of buying the album. Yeah. But like, I don't need to pull up Spotify to see like all the music I listen to. Like the bands write their own damn music, so
yeah. So you already know who wrote it.
I'm not listening to now. Yeah, I'm not listening to like Beyonce that has like a writing team, because I assume that's who's complaining about this kind of shit.
The people that are not getting, the exposure because people are all listening to.
Well, if you chose to become a fucking music writer, then if you chose to become a fucking music writer for like a Beyonce and be a team writer and shit like that, then like, you don't get your fucking name out there. Who cares? I mean, that's how I
sure you get paid pretty well too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess the way, well, I mean, to put it in another way, I guess would be like the only way these people keep having jobs is their name being on these big hits. Yeah. That's how you get paid to do another song for these bigger artists to make more hits, to make more money. So I can see why that would be a problem to not have that. But no one's the people buying that shit, the big hit songs.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit who wrote it.
Right.
Not the people consuming it. The people, it's more like an insider thing, I feel like, that the writing credits are more valuable.
I feel like even as a consumer part, like I don't feel like somebody that's listening to that kind of music is going to be like, oh, like so-and-so wrote this big hit, so therefore I want to like listen to like another thing that this person has wrote. Like, I don't think they're going to look it up like that.
Yeah, because they're basically writing off of an outline of pop songs.
Yeah, right. They're just going to wait for whatever the next big hit is, and they're told what the next big hit is. They don't give a shit who writes it. Yeah. I don't think so, at least.
I just thought it was interesting because it felt like another like nail in the coffin for physical media, because this is kind of taking out the liner notes thing, and it's all being migrated to Spotify streaming.
Apple tried that for a little while with like Albums Plus that included like more artwork, and that didn't do anything.
Well, it basically included like a PDF of the liner notes,
and hardly any albums like even took advantage of it. Like it just failed right off the bat.
Well, I mean, the last probably like 5 to 7 years, buying a CD and open it up, there's not really much in there.
You're right.
It's like one flap that opens.
You're right. You're right. What about ICP? Smoothie, I mean, you're the
resident juggalo here.
Yeah. But they always had super cool CD booklets and shit. So, like, do they still?
I doubt they do anymore.
No, their main albums are still couple page booklets. Like
okay.
The pictures,
really?
the story behind the card. Especially with these new Joker cards, they went back to putting the pictures with the question marks.
The artwork and the names for these new Joker cards are the worst.
I couldn't believe the new one. I saw the picture of the new one when I seen them like a month or two ago, and I couldn't believe that was an actual like album cover. Oh my god, I was embarrassed for them. I was like, nah, that's not. You can't do that.
I think the artwork looks good.
Are you serious?
Oh, come on, dude. You got to drop it a little bit with the Juggalo shit. You got to have some self-awareness about how terrible it is.
I mean, to each their own, but damn, I think it looks so ridiculous.
Well, whatever. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Spotify.
We're going to keep this up. Oh, God, this is awful. You're right.
Well, I pulled up the article on this. So the premise here, there's a quote that says to increase because they list the producer as well, increase songwriter and producer visibility. So they're what they're aiming to do is not only, maybe it's not necessarily monetary, but to get collaboration. So like maybe Pearl Jam could say, "Oh man, Scott Storch wrote this blazer here."
Fuck yeah,
that's gonna happen.
DJ Clay wrote this.
Oh my god.
See, I wonder,
Fearless Friend Fury. That is the name of the new goddamn Joker card. Fearless Fred, Theory.
Let it go. That's awesome.
I can't let go of how terrible this is.
I'm
Sorry.
not prepared. I haven't prepared my Juggalo defenses yet. And
you better start building that shit up.
It looks so terrible.
What do you? Okay, if we're gonna get on this, what do you think of the new psychopathic lineup here, there, Smoothie? What is it? I'm trying to remember. I only know through Aaron.
Currently is ICP, obviously.
So I watched that Psycho Cipher, whatever the fuck they call it, the Psychopathic Cipher. There's some okay rappers on there.
Light is good. Hoodoo's good. I mean, he's big Hoodoo. ABK wasn't on that. Is he still on site? I don't fucking know what's going on. He still shows up when he feels like he's more focused on Native World, but he hasn't burned any bridges yet, so he's just kind of doing his
Native World.
Left a while
he
ago.
Did leave, and then he came
thought he
back.
burned bridges when he left, but he apparently not.
Initially, he did, and
he came back. He's been back for a while now.
Yeah, but he's kind of like floating. Like he was there in the beginning of last year on their main 17 cipher, and he wasn't there for that one. But it's the current roster right now. It's keeping track.
Is Jay's baby mama still on there?
Sugar, she's
or whoever the hell she is.
She was the cause of all of the drama, wasn't she?
No.
Who was the one that the person on Axe Murder Boys tried to fuck, and then they went to Twisted's label, and
I think that was all purely speculation.
I watched like a 2-hour shoot interview of Violent J talking about that shit.
No, it wasn't. No, there was
that's a long ass interview.
It was very entertaining though.
There was speculation back in the day that
like a year ago,
one of AMB. Shut up, Scott. One of AMB had relations with Sugar Slam, but that was never confirmed. Okay. What happened? The true Jugga drama is.
Jesus.
We're going to get into it.
Go on. Well, no, we're already into it.
Yeah, we're there.
We want some Juggalo here reporting for the Unknown podcast.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
What had happened was my voice is cracking. Going back.
Because it's such juicy drama.
Jugga drama.
Young Wicket of AMB. He knocked up Jump Steady's daughter.
That's what it was. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think I did hear that. That's right.
And he was told not to, and they said,
He's told not to. Hey, don't fuck my daughter.
That's right. Okay. So, yeah, I remember that now.
That's where that all started.
Yeah. There was like a 2-hour-long shoot interview with Jay. Like it was the guy from Fago Lovers that did the interview with him.
Yeah.
And Jay like told the whole story about it all. And I always enjoy listening to Jay talk. I don't believe most things that comes out of his mouth, but I still think he's very entertaining to listen to. Yeah.
Did you ever watch like the commentary on Big Money Hustlers?
I'm sure I did at some point, but I sure as hell don't remember it.
I remember there was one time it was like, what did he say? He's like, I never fucked this girl on here, blah, blah, blah. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, yeah, I definitely fucked that girl. It's the same person. Like, all right, Jay.
He's so full of shit. But he's entertaining.
How do we get on ICP and
I don't. Dude, it's going to happen every episode. Just
you mentioned something about the Jokers. Oh, yeah, because you asked him about
ICP
the Joker cards, CDs.
So it's my fault. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch.
Every episode will feature
that'll make
a Jugga moment.
I can come up with
some Jugga drama.
Jugga drama. We'll keep everybody informed on what's going on in the Juggalo world right here on the Unknown podcast.
Whether you want to or not.
Right.
But real quick, I also wanted to circle way, way back to something we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Just horror movies in general. Ooh.
Smoothie wants to talk about horror movies today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I am because I was I don't know if you saw
Thrift Storing.
No, this wasn't Thrift Store. This was a pre.
Oh, all right.
They're releasing a Criterion release of Night of the Living Dead, the original.
Another release.
Yeah, that's what we need is another Night of the Living Dead release.
But you know what?
But Criterion is cool though. Yeah, Criterion DVDs are awesome.
Well, it seems to be pretty packed with features and stuff. So I'm looking forward to see the transfer and everything. I didn't even know it was a thing, and I just
Is this in 4K? I heard they're doing a 4K release.
I would assume it's 4K. Yeah.
But it popped up.
What about special features, man? There can't be any special features left that hasn't been put on other DVDs and Blu-ray.
There is apparently.
Are they doing a sequel?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about it.
No. Maybe I'm just making.
I mean, they just a new Dawn of the Dead came out, Bloodline or something.
Oh, it's a new. Yeah, it's Day of the Dead.
But I don't know how that's going to be.
Why do I know that?
Because
you follow. You know anything about Waxwork Records, Scott? Since you're a vinyl guy,
I've heard of them.
They put out really cool. Smoothie mentioned this in the comments on the YouTube page.
Oh yeah,
they put out really cool vinyls of horror soundtracks.
Oh sweet!
And they make up their like the vinyl themselves are so cool looking. And the one that Smoothie was talking about, one of their earliest releases, which is out of print now, but it was a Friday the 13th soundtrack, and it like actually like had like this red liquid like inside of it that moved. It looked like blood and shit.
No shit.
Super cool. Yeah. I've got
redo that.
I've got sitting behind me. I could probably whatever. I got the Evil Dead 2 soundtrack off of them last year, and they make some really cool shit. Follow them at least on Instagram or something.
Do they release cassettes?
No, they're just vinyl.
See,
I would get like a John Carpenter one. His soundtracks are great.
They have the Thing soundtrack. They've released the Thing soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you would not believe how cool looking the record is. Like the packaging is awesome. The record, they do really cool shit.
Waxwork records. I've definitely seen that at some point.
Yeah, they've even started making their own comic book series. Like it's a horror comic series that comes with a 7-inch record that is like the soundtrack to the comic book. And there's the 12th Joker's card that Scott keeps putting up on this.
Drop it.
I can't. It's so bad.
So anyway, let me finish closing on my Night of the Living Dead, which is,
let me circle back to that.
I like circling back. I'm going to circle. You were saying what more could they add or include in this edition? There's apparently, and maybe it's been released. I've never heard of it before. Something called Night of Anubis. It's the working edit of this. I'm kind of curious to see what that's all about.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Pretty rough, I would assume, but
so that's pretty cool to see. But I mean, Night of the Living Dead, one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Series specifically, a lot of people, it is tame by today's standards.
Oh, I don't care. It's still a fantastic movie.
I can get lost in that, and it still creeps me out because it's very.
Yeah, love that movie. Yeah, when George Romero died last year, I watched it like 3 times within a couple days, and like thoroughly enjoyed it just as much as I ever did. I love that movie.
Yeah, they're great movies.
I had Tyler watch it. Tyler, I wasn't sure whether or not Tyler would dig it because it is so dated at this point, but like he loved it. He thought it was awesome. He thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's the very real, like that to me. It's real. Like I could see that. Like it wasn't overdone on the zombie.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you guys stand with The Walking Dead? Are you guys watching The Walking Dead? I'm out too. Smoothie?
I'm still in.
I've been out for at least 2 years, and I should have been out years before.
I that's kind of where I am. But yeah, I haven't watched any of this year at all, and I stopped halfway through last season.
I stopped after season, what was it, 6, the ending with the cliffhanger. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Fuck this. I'm out.
Which one? I don't remember which one that one was.
Beat someone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna look this up when the episode comes out, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I was having a hard time watching it to begin with after probably about honestly, halfway through season 3.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is.
I was still enjoying it at that point.
Season 4 was garbage, and then season 5 was okay, and then
what season was The Governor?
That was 3.
Yeah, see, I really like The Governor. The Governor was my.
Yeah, it was good.
I loved that shit.
3?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, dude.
What are they on now? 8?
Yeah, they're on 8.
7.
I think. Are they on 7? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's 8.
I'm sure it's 8. Yeah, because I stopped at season 6, and then I skipped. This is the second season I haven't watched.
And I think I just saw an article that said that they've been renewed for 9. I think I remember.
They are. Their viewership is dropping.
Yeah,
but they're still up there as far as ratings.
Yeah, they're still killing it as far as cable TV shows go.
Yeah.
But the show like looks like more and more like shit. Like, why are you like the number 1 cable like drama TV show and like your special effects look like ass?
Because they're cutting corners so they can make more money.
Of course, but make it look good, man.
They can make a lot more money because they have all their viewers. Yeah. And then just cut corners so they can double their profits or whatever. They don't give a shit about their content. They care more.
And then that was the fucking spinoff. Did you watch the spinoff? Do you still watch the spinoff?
I didn't.
I watched the first season.
I haven't watched the most recent season all the way through.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking stupid.
I appreciate it because I'm not looking at the horror aspect. I'm looking at it from the personal, the relationshipal aspect. I know there's
watching it as a TV show, and I really wasn't into it.
Yeah, the characters. I didn't give 2 shits about any of the characters.
It was terribly acted. I watched. Yeah. I mean, I'll give it credit. The first like half of season 1 was like so like a slog, and then it picked up. I was like, all right, this isn't the worst thing, and I just like I know I'm not gonna watch any more of it, but at least it got better. For better or worse, but whatever. Yeah, I dropped out of the Walking Dead. I should have dropped out earlier because I just lost interest, and it was just like I was forcing myself to watch it every week, basically.
Well, me and Fearless Fred Fury will be watching it.
You can enjoy it. You like whatever the hell you want, Smoothie. I'm just telling you.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
But sometimes it does call to go back, not full circle, but to go back and to kind of switch gears here and slow things down a bit and get a little sexy.
You're slow jamming right now.
Not really to get sexy, but we were posed this question this week by good old Captain Howdy over there, 1027.
That's the one.
What question?
This is the money shot right here. Not that money shot, but the money shot.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
Did you not read the thing that's
I remember now. I forgot that he asked this question. God
so we were posed, Brandon, and enlighten us. What was your question? Your thoughts, your ponderings this week?
So my question to you guys was, if you had a single-use time machine, what would you use it for? Where would you go? When would you go? Why would you go? That's my question.
Okay. Super.
And I asked that question, then I thought about it all week long, and I couldn't even really come up with a good answer to it. So I'm hoping you guys came up with something good.
I regret asking that question.
Yeah. That's why I asked you guys earlier. I'm like, so did you guys come up with anything? Because hopefully we got something to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to go first, because I actually thought about this driving to work.
I had an answer like relatively immediately.
All right, well, go ahead. I want to hear your immediate answer.
Well, I wanted to go somewhere in the future. I don't have a specific time, but when we would be doing like space travel, like galaxy space travel, going and terraforming planets and shit. I don't know if that's ever going to happen because probably the irony of going ahead like even 200 years is like human race is extinct.
Yeah, probably.
Of, all the diseases and shit that we're just gonna start imposing upon ourselves, or just blow each other up. We'll be dead in 20 years or something like that. But still, hopefully, and the optimistic future is that we're terraforming other planets and hyperspace travel. And I want to do shit like that because I think that would be awesome.
So is that where you think it would take you? I mean, like to that kind of society? Like,
so I don't think it would be utopia, but
I mean, say you got the single-use time machine, and you're going ahead in the future. So how many years are you picking here? Like, how many years would you go ahead?
Well, how many years do you think it would take for that to happen? It's gonna still be a little while, I'm sure.
So you're kind of trying
a few hundred years,
basing it on that. So,
well, how long do you think the Earth is going to be inhabitable?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're basically saying you're giving X amount of are you going with the using this to go with the purpose to see this kind of stuff or just see what's going on?
I want to experience it.
So what if it's what would you expect to see? What would you want to see versus what would you expect to see in the future?
I would want to see us, exploring space in different galaxies outside of our own. I don't know how that would happen. I think it'd be cool to see. I think going to the past would be not that great, to be honest.
Now, why would it not be great for you? I mean,
well, as a white man, it'd probably be all right, but I don't know. I just feel like we know what we know of the past. I guess seeing it would be cool, sort of, but
at least going to the future would be like a surprise.
It'd be a new frontier, basically. Yeah.
If you go to the past, you kind of know what you expect. You know what you're going to see, kind of already.
Exactly, yeah, we have an idea, and a lot of bad things happen in the past, so don't really know if I want to experience those things. But I'm not saying that bad things aren't going to happen in the future. I'm sure they are.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
That'd be the shitty part about like, all right, well, I'm going to go 200 years into the future to like be able to travel to Mars and do this, but then you get there 200 years and like it's just all fucking gone to shit and gone. Because I kind of think that's probably what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, we only have a few generations left, I'm sure.
I think that's where we're leaning towards. Yeah.
We've been killing this planet more and more every year, so it's inevitable that we're just gonna be our own doom.
Yeah.
Now that we're at the nihilistic part of the podcast.
Yeah. What about you, Smoothie? Where are you going?
Let's hear it, Smoothie.
Moving on from all of this fucking
doom and gloom.
We're fucking doomed, but let's go
on. I would go back to the past, and maybe my naivety. Like I wasn't even thinking about like that. I mean, I know the atrocities have been committed over the years.
Not only that, I mean, maybe it would be cool to experience like a certain time period. I don't know, but I don't really know if I have one that's I'm interested in. So what are you interested in?
It's hard for me to say which time period like I would like to go back to. I'm not really in the, when I say history intrigues me, of course, but I'm more about like origin stories. Like I would like to go back to even like the town, where I live now and see what it looked like at this stage in time.
Oh, okay.
Pick whatever, like what was here. I mean, we know there were Native Americans and there were people inhabiting this. Okay, and so
how far back are we talking though? Because you can only do it once.
That's what I'm saying. So I'd have to go back. I guess for me it will be the time of Christ, because that's my faith or whatever my beliefs. But I would like to be this side of it because you only hear, from what I know, from my beliefs, what you read in the Bible, you only hear about that side of the world. The Middle East.
Unless you're Mormon.
Huh?
I said unless you're Mormon.
Okay.
Because they're all in America there. Sorry, go on.
That's right. But I would like to see like this area, Pennsylvania, anywhere I can. I have to pick a destination. So I don't know if it would be the town where I grew up in or where I'm at now, but just to see what was happening here. Like if I could be dropped on my street at that time and just see what it was like.
A little over 2,000 years ago, you want to know what's going on?
Okay. Who was over here? Like who was inhabiting here? Was it just like the Native Americans? Like that, as you know them, as we know from like 300
that time? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'd like to see that, and I would like to see that maybe even if you go back to like.
Well, the Vikings were here at some point.
So that's like what I'm saying. Like I'd like to just see what it was like being dropped at my street where I'm at right now, like where my house would be, and just
that would be cool to see
what the world around me looks like. Like, was it just all field? Like, even if you go back not even that far,
probably,
like I know, I know where I grew up. Like, the house I grew up in, that was my grandmom's house that she grew up in, and there was a picture I remember seeing. I hope my parents have them somewhere still, but of her in our driveway. You know, it's our driveway. It's the same house, but across the street where there's houses now, and this was probably only like in like the 30s or 40s, maybe. It was like all just fields. Like there were trees.
Mhm.
It's like you're so used to seeing trees and stuff. I'd like to see.
Yeah. I can totally get on board with that because I joined a Facebook group like a month ago or so that's called Old Photos of Cincinnati, and that's I mean it's exactly what it is. And there's like some of them like photos that from like early 1900s, and like it's just super cool to like see how the town has evolved over that amount of time and what stood here and what used to be there and shit. Like that's super interesting stuff.
So then I guess for me, like it's hard to be a single use. So
Yeah.
I guess in summation, I guess maybe not back that far because I'd like to have some idea of what's going on, like some sort of normalization over here, maybe pre becoming the United States, like right before that, you know, before 1776. It's some point in time, but being dropped.
Well, I mean, you still got like a few hundred years of colonization at that point.
Right, but I'd like to see what was going on here because you know, like obviously.
Oh, during colonization? Is that what you're saying?
You know, like Philadelphia, that side of it.
Okay.
In the middle of the state, what's in Ohio? What's going on? Like, what do the towns look like? What are the things?
Okay.
But, and it's hard for me to limit it because, like you said, B, the one restaurant that's like down the corner from us, it's called The Town, but they have like these old pictures. And we were sitting there, my wife and I, we went out to breakfast the other morning, and I was looking, I was like, I looked at the picture, and when I was looking out the window, I was like, well, that's the same telephone pole right there. It's like, that's what that looked like. There was like a big archway over like the middle of the street. And you can tell
that stuff's cool.
It's like I'd like to see that stuff, see what it was and what's become, what's still existing today. Because there was somebody on else here talk about local stuff in Cincinnati and such. I don't know if he's in Cincinnati. Another YouTuber I watch, I'll have to share his link with you. It's Irv TV. He's a smaller YouTuber, but he does a lot of stuff in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Like stuff. He was at some park, I forget, that was a cemetery at one point, and the city bought it over. I forget what it was. It was a recent video, and it's like cool to think like nobody, like these people were buried here at one point, but did everybody die out who cared about them or who had recollection?
Right.
Did he just came in and remove the monuments and like are there dead bodies just chilling? Did they relocate them or is it just?
That's a good question.
Make it no, I forget what Meadowbrook. I forget, but I think it is in the Cincinnati area. You probably would be familiar with it if I could find. Actually, let me see if I can look it up. But why you tell? But that's how I would be. I'd like to just see like be in one spot and see. Ultimately, yes, it would be okay. So if it's a one-use time machine, I like to be just dropped somewhere for X amount of time just to watch and kind of like fast, like a time lapse, see development happen. See, oh look at this. Happening around. So that would be my thing. So that's me. What about you, B? Is it the same or would you like to see in the future? I for me, like I said, I couldn't get on board with the future stuff because I don't want to know what it's going to be.
The funny thing is, like when it never even crossed my mind to think about the future. Like when I hear time machine and you can use a time machine, like the future didn't even enter my mind, like whatsoever. So no, I don't think I would not want to do the future either because like I don't want to go like even 5 years into the future and like find out like I'm dead or something. So fuck all that. I might be. I hope I'm. Yeah. Ooh, that's true.
What?
I feel like my answer is like, and it's kind of a boring one, but it's kind of not. Would be like when Egypt and the pyramids. I've always thought that shit was really cool, and it'd be cool to like see. There's always been the wonder of exactly. So yeah, I'd like to see the aliens do it. And I've always wanted to go to Egypt. I always thought it'd be cool to go see the pyramids with my own eyes. So why not go see them while they're being made?
Awesome.
Fair enough.
Real quick, I might need to continue on with this because this is
it would either be that or it'd be like a Doors concert in 1970, something like that. If I had a rock and roll time machine, that would be ideal.
Before because we can go on to that in a second. I just want to tell you what that place was. Madison Park. It's in the suburb of Hyde Park.
Okay. I mean, Hyde Park is 15 minutes away from me.
So yeah, it's Madison Park. It's part of Cincinnati Parks thing, but apparently
Okay.
it's inventory. And this
I have never heard of it.
Oh, check him out. Irv TV. He does a lot of stuff around your area, like
Okay.
stuff. So, but like that kind of stuff intrigues me. But
I watched a really cool video the other day. We used to have an amusement park that was like 20 minutes away from me that was called Americana when I was growing up, and it closed down in like the early 90s, but the land is still there. And I saw a video on YouTube the other day of a drone that went over top of all of the land and recorded like the whole thing. And it was so cool seeing an abandonment. Like there's still some stuff there, but most of it's just like overran with just trash at this point. But it's cool to see. It was cool to see. A cool vantage point also with it being the drone.
And I think with the whole time machine thing, I think that's what's cool about it. Like, cause I like that stuff. I don't have, well, not that I don't have the balls to do abandoned stuff, but I'm always afraid of trespassing.
Yeah,
like I'll be
of
the
course.
person who gets, you see all these videos and stuff, but that always fascinates me. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what was the place like when it was in existence? You know, I'd like to make the comparison between something that's been just left in ruins, but there's still relics of it. But to see what it was when it was in its glory.
Yeah, like I watched that drone video of like what it looks like now, and it's like I really wish there was like a drone video from like 1989 that I could like compare the two of them side by side. That would be awesome.
Right.
Obviously, not so much, but
and that's what's cool, and especially when it's something that's not too far off, but far enough off, like that's to rubble pretty much, or it's just left in ruins. One of the things for me was another YouTuber I watch, Adam the Woo. He had done years ago, like inside River Country in Disney World.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of visiting that when it was in operation, and it was like I remember being there and seeing the stuff, and you see him walking through, and a couple other people have done it too, and just see the same things that you were on, that you like slid down like the water slides, just being desolate. And I think the creepy part about that though is at that time the music was still on, like the soundtrack. So like the music that they would have playing through, walking around this thing, and you're still hearing this.
I don't know what it is, but like I am such a sucker for like photos of abandoned amusement parks. I don't know what it is, but I just think they look so cool. Like a roller coaster that's just like the grass is like 12 feet tall around it and stuff.
It's almost that like apocalyptic thing, and that's
yeah.
If you want to go like with Scott, like that's what I could say. If you go into the future, like that's what I would want to avoid. Like that's what you.
Yeah.
I would imagine you would.
I'm hoping that we're not doing that, but the realistic part of me thinks we're going to be all dead in a few hundred years.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I know I'll be dead in a few hundred years.
Oh yeah, us for sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I meant the human race.
Yeah. Oh no, man. I mean, look at how crazy like the technology of medicine has come within like the last few years. And like we're still like somewhat relatively young. So like 20 or 30 years from now, like technology and medicine is going to be like so fucking advanced to like who knows what it's going to be like at that point.
We might flipped off Mother Nature quite a bit.
Yeah, totally.
To our life expectancy.
That's definitely clear. We have definitely pissed the powers off the bee.
But the downside of us living so long is that we're depleting our resources.
Yeah.
Well, not even depleting. I mean, yes, we're obviously depleting our resources. Yes. But like if we see what we're doing to our environment and everything, it's like, do we want to be around when it? We'd rather die off before we see.
I think so, right?
That end, but going back to what you were saying, B, with the whole medicine thing, it's there are advancements and stuff, but will the common folk have and we could take this to a whole nother rabbit hole, but we don't have time for that. Maybe but like, will we ever see
all the holes?
That's our motto. We go down all the holes.
But will we ever see those advancements? Will we ever have access to them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's rapid. advancement is getting rapid.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think it's that far away.
No. What I'm saying is, will we have access to it? I'm talking more on the conspiracy. Will we be? I mean, I always have to
conspiracy,
laugh.
but yeah.
Well, I always have to.
Will we?
Well, I'm saying
depends on what we do with our health care, I guess.
Okay. You're missing.
That's another rabbit hole too.
Yeah, healthcare. I mean, everything can be a rabbit hole, but what I'm going more along the lines of, because I always look back at that one South Park episode with the AIDS.
Oh yeah, and just inject money.
Yeah, it's like, but I think that's true, and that's evidenced by that whatever his name is. I can't think of his name. The guy who bought the last
Magic Johnson.
No.
Oh no, you're talking Mark Scarelli or whatever it is.
Yes, who wanted to raise the price to kind of cut of whatever the pill was that could save lives, but you have to pay the price.
Yeah, it went from like, what was it, like $11 to like $700 or something.
Yeah, so it's like, will we have without the like pill. I strongly believe there's a form, there's a cure for cancer and whatever it is, but we don't have.
How could there not be at this point?
We don't have access to that with a means. And I'm not Mr. 100% conspiracy theory, but I've been watching a lot of, not even conspiracy, like theory type shows.
God, you're going down that rabbit hole too, aren't you?
No, because I'm not like I said, I'm not Mr.
Man.
I'm not.
Go on.
No, I'm not Mr. Conspiracy theorist. Like there's some stuff that I can get on board. There's some that's just ridiculous, like outlandish.
Some is almost proven fact at this point. So
right there has been something proven fact, but I'm talking about even at the simplest form. Like I've been watching a lot of like true crime documentaries and stuff on Netflix. There's a series that came out a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago, confession tapes. How these investigators get, like, it's worth a watch if you haven't watched it. How they obtain like these confessions from these people, whether or not they are innocent or guilty. It's still the tactics that they use. They like literally beat these people down, keep them in there for hours on end. Of course, at the end, like a lot of the doctors say, you're going to say, I just want to get out of here. They're giving you hope. They're saying, if you just say this, you'll be set free or whatever. And then you finally budge. So it's like, I think that all falls under that same line. Not necessarily a conspiracy theory, but there's ways of preventing us access to stuff.
Yeah.
If they see fit. And it's...
Well, if we're going to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, I guess to continue that argument is that, like, insurance and pharmaceutical companies benefit from us being sick.
Yeah.
And have diseases instead of curing us, because that's a one-stop shop, but you can get continuous payments for being sick all the time and having disease that you need constant treatment for.
Right. It's crazy in that aspect. So I don't even know how we got on the conspiracy theories.
Just nihilism.
It all falls in the same thing. It kind of that whole the future and the advancements and everything. It's just I think at a certain point in that we're not going to be able to attain it, or we're not going to be allowed to access it. For what?
So who's going to have it? Like, so there's like, so let's say there is like the cure for cancer or whatever, and like, but we're not going to get it. So who is going to get it? Like the president gets it, like the big shots get it, or whatever. Is that how that's gonna?
It all comes down to the dollar. That's what I believe.
Yeah, who can pay for it the most?
The biggest bankroll you can get away with it. Like I look at, like, even instances like with me, you look at like these shows, which always cracks me up. My wife makes me watch like those housewife shows or whatever. But you see these people go to jail and like are able to like write off like $2 million of debt. But here I am with student loans. Not saying I want to get out of it. I know I have an obligation to pay it, but it's like you can't write those off. It's like
you can say you want to get out of it. Everyone wants to get out of it.
Right.
Out of student loan debt.
What I'm saying is, like, you see these people who have the money in the bank that can just, $2 million. Oh, it's okay. You'll go to jail for like 3 months, be pampered, and then get out and still maintain your high profile status, mansions, and everything.
They live a different life than us.
Totally different world.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that different world is what will reap the benefits of it. unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think that
That's why we gotta rise up, man.
That's right.
Juggalos unite. Wrong conversation. Wrong conversation.
Jesus.
There was already a Juggalo March.
There was.
Come on, Fred Fury, fucker face, whatever the hell your name.
Fred Fury, get it right.
That Juggalo March seemed to go pretty well, though.
It did. I don't know if like they set out and accomplished. I mean, they did.
Yeah, it didn't accomplish anything, but it went well.
There was no.
Was they marching against Nazis most of the time, or something like that?
No, they were
What?
marching against.
I remember something like opposite of them.
No,
am I thinking of something else?
No,
you are.
You're thinking of the right thing. What they were, whoever Antifa. I haven't really followed all that nonsense. Like the Antifa, like people who are against Trump, like people against Trump, whatever. That segment, like there was a Trump rally that day.
Yes.
So everybody was like, "Oh, the Juggalos are going to help us on our march."
Yes.
So they were marching up with the anti-Trump people.
No, it was two separate things that just happened to be happening in DC at the same time.
The anti-Trump people were saying, "Oh, the Juggalos are going to unite with us," and they were all coming out like support. Like all of a sudden, ICP are these like saviors.
Yeah.
This Juggalo movement for their agenda when they're just there to say we don't want to be considered a gang or
Yeah,
whatever.
We're not a fucking gang.
and that's all they're there to do, and that's what it was. But it went well in terms of there was nobody acted like assholes.
Yeah. And it got a lot of really good press. Like there was a lot of different music sites that ran articles about it that like said like, they showed up and they like weren't assholes and like the things that they're saying make sense. They should not be a gang. They're just fucking music fans. And I thought it was cool that it got as good press as it did.
I think it's cool. I don't. Maybe other bands have done this. I'm sure other bands have, but I think it's pretty cool that they got to perform in front of the Lincoln world. Like they had stage set up, Fago flying in the middle of Washington D.C.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool, and it was pretty cool. And I know this has happened at the gatherings because I've seen videos too. Like after the Fago Armageddon, everybody's out there doing their share and picking up the bottles and cleaning up, cleaning up the nets.
I don't think that happened in our gathering. I think they trashed the shit out of the place where we were at.
That might be true. Maybe. But it put a better picture out there for.
Yeah, it's better that way.
We're not
here to trash the place.
Because there's a few idiots out there.
There's always a few idiots. It don't matter what concert you go to. There's always a few idiots.
That doesn't, the whatever the saying is doesn't represent the whole. There's a whole saying that goes behind that, but the few don't represent the whole. Whatever.
Yep.
That's my thoughts on the time travel. So I'd like to go back.
That's my thoughts on time travel.
Yes. What's all right, just real quick off the top of your head, you're being put on the spot. What's your favorite time travel movie of all time?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Gotta have one. Throw them out there. I mean, what do we got to choose from? Back to the Future, of course.
I gotta think of one now. Yeah, besides that.
I think Donnie Darko would probably be my choice. What'd you say, Primer?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I've never seen that.
Time travel. I mean, there's probably other movies that time travel has happened.
Looper.
That I recall. What was yours?
Looper.
Never seen that.
It's got Bruce Willis and I can't think of his name right now.
Some other
Joseph
guy.
Gordon-Levitt.
I'll have to check that out. I've never
heard. It's a good movie.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't
came out in like 2012.
Yeah, I can't place it like at all.
We'll watch it.
I'll have to check it out. I'll look for a thrift store next week when I go and see if I can find it.
It might be
find it on VHS.
I don't think it's on VHS because it came past the VHS.
Well, we're going retro. I'm going to find it.
Beta release.
Sorry. Well, I guess you'll have to find it.
There we go. Bringing back the Betamax.
That's right.
I will go with. Back to the Future. It's the only one I can think of. Like all four.
I mean, how can you not pick Back to the Future though?
Although, depending on if you're well, no, that's the comedy too. I mean, Bill and Ted's pretty cool, but
yeah, that's true. That's yeah.
There you go.
I love Bill and Ted. That's a good answer.
you know, I watched that for the first time the other month on Hulu. I think it was actually.
Damn, for the first time.
No, I watched it years ago.
Okay. I was gonna say
I had forgotten about the movie. One, it was funny because they meet up in the Circle K, and I never heard of that. Circle K now by me. So
yeah.
He's like, oh, my son's
strange
like,
things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah, it's like this is like, oh, this is Circle K. I was like, yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing until this movie. But like,
I mean, as ridiculous as that movie is, like I watched it not that long ago too. Like I feel like it holds up. Like I mean, it's dated, but I still feel like it's a really good movie.
I don't remember their meetup like in the parking lot. Like I don't remember that when they meet Future for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I just kind of remember the going, getting Napoleon and everybody going amok and then coming back. I don't remember.
And then I read something like within the last week or two. I read because they're working on a new one now, I guess. And they've been trying to get it going forever and ever and ever. But I guess they're actually like doing something with it now, and they're trying to like do it to where they meet up. They bring that parking lot scene into the new one again, and they want to like be able to like interact with those people, including George Carlin as well, in the new movie.
I read that it was supposed to be that the studio wanted to make it like a full-on reboot.
Okay.
They can't reboot it. The last I heard of it was that, I mean, at least Keanu Reeves said he agreed to reprise his role, and which I thought was pretty cool because a lot of times you won't see.
Yeah. Yes, please pay me.
Doing that.
Well, but a lot of the guys, they're like, I don't want to be known for that.
Yeah, even if you're getting paid, like for the one I can think of is Chris Tucker with like Friday. He had a great role as Smokey in the movie, but he refused. Apparently, at least the last I heard, refuses to. Like Ice Cube has said, want to make one more movie, come back as Smokey, but he doesn't want to be known as that. Instead, he wants to
fuck off with that shit.
Just he wants to be known as nobody because he hasn't.
He wants to be known as the guy from Fifth Element. I mean,
oh yeah, that's right. He wants to be the guy who did 3 Rush Hour movies instead.
Right. Like, you're not a sophisticated actor. Just do Friday, but launch your career. It made you who you are. Like you want to be who you are without that movie. So reprise your role, even if it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
I hate like when bands do that too. When bands have like that one big hit and then they're like, we don't want to play that song live anymore because we're tired of it or something. And it's like people want to hear the fucking song. Play the fucking song.
That's the only reason. Yeah, that's why I showed up.
There's why people are there. Yeah, it's
right.
Pretty much because of that song, whether they like your other shit or not.
Right.
They probably heard that one song first. Yeah. That's what got them into your music. Come on, kids.
Play the song. Like Radiohead did that with Creep. Ben Folds did that with Brick. Like, come on, play the fucking song.
Yeah.
Fuck Radiohead, by the way. Just throwing that out there. They annoy the piss out of me.
I don't give a shit about Radiohead.
No, I don't get it. I think that's you don't get Radiohead, I guess, but
yeah, it's either you love them or you don't give a single shit about them. Basically,
was Radiohead? It just made me think of another South Park reference. Was that
Scott Tenorman? Scott Tenorman. Yeah, it was Radiohead.
Okay,
I'm your resident South Park historian here.
Probably
I will get all of the references.
Probably one of my favorite episodes. Like, here's Scott Tenorman. They taste so salty.
That's one of the better ones for sure. It's one of the darkest episodes that they did.
Good times.
Indeed. So have we covered everything? Or
I think we have. I really do.
I mean, we can go back in time and relive this whole
redo the podcast.
Yeah. I feel like everything went pretty well this week.
I'd go back in time and do a nap first, but
go back in time and be like, all right, can we start this at like 8 o'clock on a Saturday night?
Go back in time and regret that I drank this Steel Reserve.
You don't.
That's probably the biggest takeaway,
dude. I could have told you that a week ago.
Did you finish it? Yeah, you did tell me a week ago. Did you drink the whole thing?
I did.
All right, good.
How you feeling?
Feeling good because I've been drinking water as well. I've already had 2 black and tans earlier and a glass of wine, but
Ooh.
You a wine drinker? What kind of wine do you like?
Oh, I'm gonna butcher the name because it's all new to me. Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. That stuff. I've never. I mean, I haven't tried a lot of wines, but I've never found one I like.
For me, the problem with wine is it goes too quick. Like I can take a bottle of it and be like, oh, it's gone, and then like 20 minutes later, being like, wow,
I'm wasted.
I've been hit by a smooth criminal. I mean, it just.
Yep.
Exactly.
But that's why, like,
pretty good. I like dry wine.
That's what it is. It's dry red. I don't like the sweeter ones, but like a nice dry.
Yeah, some of them taste like some really shitty like fruit juice almost.
That's
some of the sweeter ones.
No, give me that. That's my and like other different ones. Like I'll taste them, but like that has been distant with what I like, and I'll even buy it in a box. I don't care.
Oh yeah, get that box wine. I've had that too. So
hey, maybe if we make it to 10, I'll break out a little box.
Fuck yeah, we will.
Kind of like a
Episode
Heineken.
10, we're all drinking box wine.
Speaking of which,
we're kicking. Yeah, do the Heineken mini keg is what we got to do.
Well, you mentioned that last week, and I saw it at Walmart. And I almost went to, but my wife would have killed me if I would have picked it up because it was on clearance this time.
It was on clearance?
Well, that's quite clearance beer.
Not the beer.
Horrible.
Not the beer. But they had like I don't know if I mentioned this before. It's like a mini kegerator. It like sits on your counter. It holds like a growler, or you can put one of the like Heineken kegs in there, and it's just like a tap.
Oh, okay. That's
have like tap beer on hand, if you will.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, the mini keg you do tap. It has a little nozzle that you just
but I mean this you can
make a fucking mess of your counter because what I do every single time that I get one.
Well, no, this you can put in there, and it has like the little the handle, and you pull the handle down like you're dispensing, so you can sit it on your fridge, your counter, pretty much. And, I want a beer.
Sounds like the mini keg to me.
It's a house for the mini keg to make it look more presentable.
Fair enough.
So you can have it sitting there all week. You can say, I'm in the mood for Heineken. And it has like this.
But it can also be a growler. It doesn't have to be a mini keg. It can be a growler.
Growler that you can go fill, and you can have a different beer.
The problem with these mini keg things is that you tap it, and then probably for like the first, I don't know, 4 glasses is almost all foam.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Well, that's what this.
I remember I got one of those.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I got one of those. The last time I bought one of them Heineken mini kegs, I was so fucking pissed how much foam came out of that damn thing.
It's all foam almost.
Yeah.
Well, I think this fancy contraption would
only fast.
It would sit. You know what I'm saying? It would have a chance to settle and would be just kind of here or there. But it was 60. Maybe I'll talk to her. Maybe I'll sweet talk her. Be like,
if you really feel obligated to do the mini keg, I'm not doing that.
Well,
I did it once. Well, no, I've done it more than once, but I'm not proud of either time that I've done it.
We got to get to episode 10 before we talk about any of this shit.
All right.
We're already talking like celebration episodes.
We know what's gonna happen.
We're at the end of episode 2 now, so I mean we can raise our steel reserves and our Yinglings and our Weyerbacher Oreo cookie stouts, which whatever.
Right.
It is
Weyerbacher,
Weyerbacher, whatever. It's a Bach. Is that a dark? It's darker, right? Is that a darker or is it light?
I got a stout right here.
So okay.
Dark as shit.
Do you have a glass? Can you pour me a glass and can I see? I want to just see. I like darker beers.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah, this stuff is good, but it's local, so.
'Tis the season for the darker beers.
You'll have to come to Rochester, New York, for that.
They don't export.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, that looks nice. That looks real nice.
I hope this tastes good with a little bit of residue scotch.
Well, next time you're
it'll only make it better.
Next time you're in the area, make sure you bring some of that. Drop by the Dungeon Studios here, and we'll record an episode of the Unknown Podcast.
I'll come down to your studio and never leave because you're gonna murder me.
It's all right. We got plenty of places to put a body down here. It's all good.
What?
So,
what just happened?
What's he got back there?
Somebody said,
I'm just
"Alrighty,
trying to
fellas."
figure it out.
I said I'd use Scott as a
I
pup.
know. Never mind. Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it.
It's time to go. It's been a good episode, fellas. I've enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
It's been good. We've been on some good time. I mean, we're almost pushing 2 hours here.
Damn. That went by super quick. I feel like it was a really good conversation. I really do.
It was. I think everything was pretty good, and I hope.
Now we got to get people to listen to us
out there.
Then there's that. Yes.
I hope anybody who may or may have not stopped by this live stream enjoyed what we had to say.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody dropped by. I've been checking.
That's all right. We're going to pretend like they did. You don't have to announce that. We're just gonna
That's right. We had so many viewers this week.
Dude, we're so popular.
We are.
We're like the Smodcast with a little less crying. I can't help but make fun of Kevin Smith.
He cries about everything.
So much.
He does. I am still just a ridiculously large Kevin Smith fanboy, though. Like, he makes stupid movies now. Like, he hasn't really done anything worth a shit in a very long time, but I still fucking love Kevin Smith.
The most recent movie of his I watched was Red State.
I haven't watched this one yet. His
Jersey Girl.
This was one of the dollar purchases.
Yeah. That was the one that everybody hated. That was like
I never watched that one.
Which is funny. Even Kevin Smith says he hates it, and it's like funny when you just see how like fake stuff is. Thumbs up winner, Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's best movie ever, Fox TV.
No. Yeah, it's definitely not his best movie.
That's Dogma, I think.
Mallrats, Clerks. It's a toss up. Chasing Amy. The first four of them.
We might have to talk about
Jay and Silent Bob does not hold up.
No, it does not.
It was funny when I was like 11, but no.
Yeah. Clerks 2. Clerks 2 I thought was
Clerks 2 I remember liking really. I liked it a lot.
Let's talk Kevin Smith on the next episode.
Yeah, let's not get too.
We can, I guess.
We'll be here all night long.
I'll have to rewatch his movies. It's been a while.
Kevin Smith and Fearless Fred Fury and all that good stuff.
Next week on the Unknown Podcast.
But we'll save that for a future date. So we're at the end.
I think that's it. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we're good.
So let's wrap it up here.
So I guess I'll wrap it up since I brought it in.
Boom.
Well, you can, but we got to say so we have our website coming. What's the website going to be? It's still in progress.
The website is going to be theunknownpod.com because the unknownpodcast.com is taken. So
that podcast name?
I mean, there's not really anybody out there doing a podcast under that name. I've found some some Twitter stuff that was from 2015 or 16. Like nobody's doing anything with it right now. So I didn't feel
upload under that name then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any reason why we could not. But as far as the good domain names, that is of course gone. All the good domains are gone regardless of what it is. But
fair enough.
I feel like theunknownpod.com is not a bad URL by any means.
And I will have an intro for us for episode 3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, probably have one for this episode for if we ever release it.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there within the next few days. Everything will be available as a podcast on iTunes and all that shit wherever you consume your podcast.
You can get that through theunknownpod.com.
Yep, it'll all be available there.
Where can they find you, good sir, on this place we call the internet?
At Captain Howdy 1027 on whatever different social media platform you want to find me on. Mostly Instagram and mostly Twitter. Those are my social medias of choice.
Let's not forget that we now have a Twitter for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
At the Unknown Pod.
Yes.
Follow us.
Which all three of us are running.
Like us.
Yes.
We will get back to you. We promise.
Follow us. We'll follow back.
Yes. And if you're a porn bot and you want to be followed, just let us know.
Fuck yeah. Or if you're a juggalo, because they follow back a lot too. So.
All right, Scott, what about you? Where can we find you?
You can find me at The Garbage Bin on both Twitter and Instagram, and at another web show on the Twitters.
On the Twitters.
I will. I just flip between the two for whatever reason.
Is one of them your porn account?
I have no porn account on Twitter. I just use Reddit for that.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
that's a good conversation too.
What?
We'll save that for another.
Yeah, that's a good topic for another episode. Is where do you consume your porn at nowadays?
Everywhere.
Quasi fun. Yeah, that's okay. Fearless pure friend. Okay.
Everything's porn if you make it.
We can find Scott at those places, and for me, find me at INC _smoothie on the Instagrams and the Twitters.
Yeah,
find
and the YouTubes, right?
INC Smoothie Entertainment on the YouTubes, where I'm pretty active with content there. Check it out. You might enjoy it. And that's it. I'm just around. I get around.
That's right.
I get around.
Here we go.
Smoothie's local thrift store. That's a great fucking place to find them if you need to really get a hold of them.
Look at the Q Mart. I know all about that place.
The sets and some VHS tapes. I'll be in my glory in a PVR.
Did you get a new copy of Titanic this week?
I did. Turned it over. Not a profit.
Get the director's cut. It's like 5 hours long.
I was going to say earlier when we were talking about the Night of the Living Dead one, my favorite Night of the Living Dead like supplemental thing has ever been Night of the Living Bread. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Oh,
what the fuck? I don't know.
It's gotta
heard of that.
It's got to be on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube, but it was on like video cassette 2 of one of those releases. Night of the Living Bread. Like it's something like Howdy Inc. would have done like 10 years ago. It's so stupid. It's hilarious.
Like dumb I would think of if I was like drunk or stoned or something.
It's exactly what it is. I don't know. I just wanted to come back to that. Now, see, I wanted to have a callback. That's what it was.
Fair enough.
Now let's go home.
It's time to go home.
I mean, I am, but all right.
Why don't you bring us out, Scott?
All right. So, thanks anyone that's watching this. Probably not while we're live, if you're watching this at all.
But tomorrow, everybody will be watching the video on YouTube, though. Like tomorrow, we'll get like 1 million hits.
We are going to surpass the Super Bowl. Speaking of which, God, I guess I got to bring that in. Smoothie, you got the Eagles. They're in your area. They're going to be on the Super Bowl.
E-A-G-L-E-S.
So, what are your thoughts? You think they're going to win?
I hope they do. I mean, I haven't really watched them all year. I haven't watched them for a couple years. Like followed them. It's good to see them in there. I would hope that they win, and I hope that Philly doesn't burn down after. I mean, there's a good
Philly's going to burn down regardless. I mean,
there's a good chance it's going to burn down one way or the other.
They have some of the shittiest fans on earth. No offense.
But, I would like to see them bring home a win. I think they deserve it at this point.
They're going against the Patriots. I don't think that's going to happen, my friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's probably a good chance.
We'll be optimistic for you though.
Well, I'm going to be optimistic, and that'll be the first game I watch this year. So I hope I don't bring some voodoo.
I'm not watching it. I was just asking your opinion. That's all.
Okay, Eagles. Go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna surpass the Super Bowl tomorrow, and in views, we're gonna get like 500 million to a billion views
at least.
And we're gonna go past Gangnam Style, and what other billion views are there on YouTube? I don't know. Whatever. Despacito. We're gonna Anyway, so have a good night, have a good day, have a good life. We'll see you next week for episode 3.
See you next week.
Thank you guys, and whoop whoop for the Freddie Fury bullshit.
Fearless for Fury coming out 2018. Whoop
whoop.
Whoop whoop everyone.
All right, I stopped it
there. All right, stop recording.
Whoop whoop everyone. We've got our sign off now.
I just killed 3 of these stupid beers. God damn, son.
I only killed that 2 in this whole 32 bottle of water, so I'm floating. Teeth are floating.
3 of these, 16-ounce, 7.4 ABV.
Killed 3 of them?
Doing pretty good. I did.
Oh shit, we sat here for 2 fucking hours.
Yeah, that one. Holy shit, 123.
We almost made, like, when I started recording, and now that we stopped, it's like an hour and 52 minutes.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Just about. Mine's 152.55. What am I?
Right on.
It's crazy.
I didn't think it would go. I think we had we're still live. Hey, everybody!
Yeah, we are still live. Yes, this is the extra part you get.
Yeah, if anyone's actually watching this,
there's anybody out there, thank you for sticking around. We're just gonna talk about how great of a show we had, and
we're the best.
It's like the Impractical Jokers after part. Do you guys watch that shit?
I've definitely
watched. I know of it. I don't think I've watched it.
Now, when the show ends, they go into like this post-show show. It's so stupid. It's terrible.
A lot of shows do that though. Like,
yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Talking
we could.
Dead has that. Talking Dead, and
yeah.
If we get enough,
even Stranger Things has one on Netflix, which is
weird. I forgot all about that. I forgot to watch that.
Yeah, we can do
the post show or Stranger Things season 2.
No, the post show one.
Oh.
I assume Chris Hardwick hosted.
I don't think so. Well, I don't know.
No, he does not.
I wasn't gonna give it definitive because I have no idea.
Well, all right. Next week we'll try. We will do it again.
Word.
Next week we'll do it again. That is.
Let's do it again. Yeah.
I think this one went fucking fantastic. To be honest.
Yeah, I really did.
We gotta promote this shit now, though.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make good content, people gotta consume it.
For sure. Once we get the site up and running, and then that'll make that easier to at least do the promotion of it instead of just linking a single YouTube video. But
fair enough. Yeah.
I will get that done in the next day or so, and then we'll do whatever the fuck we can with it.
Word, homie.
That's the fun part. We'll get We'll get Kyle to shout us out on his show. I don't know if anybody's watching his shit or not, but
Iconoclast. Is that what it is?
Iconoclash. Yeah.
Or Iconoclash. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, are we gonna be on here for another minute or so? Because I have to pee.
Yeah, I'm ready to be done. I gotta pee and I'm ready for bed.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I've had to pee for like the last half hour at least.
We'll talk in the DMs going forward.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Thank you,
gentlemen. Yeah, can't wait for next week.
All right.
Word.
Smoothie, you gonna get the you gonna do the magic to the files and then send it again?
I will, Scott. Put your version up there, but everything sounded good. But just
yeah. I don't think you should have any problems this week.
No.
All right, see you guys.
Yep. See you.
My motherfucker.